So, I was going through some of my online pictures and I come across a bunch of my old builds. Well, computers I bought that were used. Usually these computers come from Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or a place called Goodwill Reboot. Most of the time they just come off a marketplace. I didn't buy a lot from Craigslist. I don't think any of this computer here didn't come from Craigslist. So it had to come from Facebook Marketplace. Originally this had an i5. So I do have the picture up. Yeah, so originally this motherboard had an i5 760. You can see here the system was pretty dirty. I believe this video card was an AMD 4950, I want to say. I don't remember the model number, but you can see in some of these other pictures that all it really says is Windows 7 ready. Everything in this computer was pretty bad, pretty dirty. So let's check out the next picture. Here's a little zoomed out more. This is a 750 watt power supply, which you know, it's definitely probably wasn't a 700. I don't remember the weight of it, but you can see the original owner never cleaned it, and they just did one of these little quick cleans. See how this cleaner right here, there's went in here and then right here to make it look cleaner. To me, that makes it look worse. It should have just left it dusty, because then you can see the line here. If this was all this kind, was dusty like this, you'd be like, oh, that's dusty, but then this part here makes it stand out when they clean that like this. Cable management is somewhat, I guess. This goes up through here. The system worked, so I did a power on test, everything tested out. It did have, I believe it had 12, maybe. It had, these are 4 gig sticks, and I don't remember what the other ones were. I think it had 12 gigs of RAM. Here's a hard drive. It probably had maybe a 500 gig hard drive. I don't remember. And 2 DVD ROMs. I think it was an older NZXT case, because it's white fan. Okay, here's another close-up. You can see how bad the heatsink was. This was pretty pretty clogged up. The fan was fine though. It sounded pretty good to me, if I remember right. These pictures were from 2019. This is when I got this, and you can see right here where it says Windows 7 ready. So it originally had the i5, what did I say, 760, and maybe 12 gigs or 16 gigs. I know these red ones here are 4 gig sticks, so we at least have 8. And then here's a back fan. These here, I actually still have this flashlight. It's terrible. It's I don't even remember where I got it, but it took 3 AAAs in a little container deal, and then you put it into this metal. Sometimes you turn it on and just wouldn't work. Sometimes it would. I have 2 of them, and they still work. They just not that good. But yeah, you can see in here, this is pretty dirty. And then here is the video card. This is all this all this dust here. Dust is just connected onto here. You see this? Dang. That was pretty bad. But the system did work. Did a good job. I don't remember what I put on, but the next video will show the update, the final version of this. This is part of the front panel, right? Because this part lips, so this is the front of the computer and this part bulged out. This is like, you could see the dust in here, like pretty bad. And there's my flashlight again. This is pretty bad. These videos were done and I was like, I'm gonna take the befores and after, and then never actually posted them. Here, yeah, see, this is why, yeah, NZXT. So here is the little filter for the power supply. You can see, it looks pretty bad, like it caught a lot, but it didn't do that good of a job, because here you go, right here's this all dusty. I didn't have any shots of the power supply, I don't think. And this little part here is a grommet that's the power supply sits on, to isolation, it's pretty dirty. Like, this system wasn't clean at all. Here's another picture showing how that filter really didn't do a huge job. It helped, but this looks a lot dustier than the filter was itself. Okay, here's the back part, and here's a model number. Like, maybe this was a pre-built, I don't remember, but here's a back fan, and you can see how much dirty it was. And here's another picture of the video card. I'm thinking this was a 4950, if I'm remembering right, but I don't remember. Like I said, this is from 2019. Okay, I did have a picture of the power supply. Okay, yeah, I guess I should have looked at them before I start recording. But yeah, look, this is pretty dirty. It looks like maybe, fur in here too. That's pretty dirty. Yeah, I keep saying it's dirty, but yeah, dust and everything. But it still worked. It still worked. Okay, here is the fan that come off the back of the case. Yeah, I'd say this is one of the worst computers I've seen, but probably not. This is probably not even remotely close to the worst computer I cleaned out. Here is, where the fan would go. Look at this center. It's pretty clean in the middle here. Even a better picture of the heatsink when it's still on. Like, that's clogged. Like, you can see where my cursor is. Like, you can't even really see a heatsink. It just looks like a dust. Like they replaced the heatsink with a big dust ball. Let's talk about this again. But this is where the fan would have been for the back. Oddly, the top is pretty clean. See this? Like, pretty clean. Okay, and then this is where the power supply was, the underneath, between the case and the bottom of the power supply. That's, huge amount of dust. It looks like it probably started clogging up the filter in this and then just started pulling air from the inside of the case, because these little pieces here would be rubber, and that'd keep it from touching the bottom of the case. And they just kind of was on here, plus the bolts and the screws in the back. But seems to me like maybe air was pulling through this way from the inside of the case and then back out, so this got really dusty. And then here's, a close-up of the heatsink when it's off the motherboard. Like, yeah, Sharan's coming off. And this is like, here's a I took the fan off the heatsink, so you can see here that this is just dirty. Like, man, I keep saying that, but okay, let's go on to the next one. Here's a motherboard. CPU's off, and you can obviously see right here it says i5. Yeah, i5 760. Yeah, and you can see right here too, it says 4 gigs of RAM. It'd been nice if I took pictures of the other RAM. What is this board? So it is a LGA 1156 motherboard. I don't see any other branding on it, like nothing else. Over here says something about audio, 7 channel audio. Here's a, I took the heatsink out of the fan. They just kind of clip in. See this little part here and here, so you kind of push these tabs outward, and the heatsink would just come out of here, just snaps in kind of place. But you can see here, there's that. Even the even the wire up here, like dust is stuck in into that part. I'm not for sure why I took a picture of this. It's probably because I was like, what the heck why is this hooked in? Usually don't have a computer with this hooked in. Okay, but yeah, you can see it even more, like the dust and fur this way over here. Took the picture of the header. You know, this is, I don't know why I did that. A common thing, I guess. You know. Here's a farther zoomed out picture, even with the fans off here again. You see the motherboard, all the dust built up because the fan like sucks in and blows in toward the motherboard. And all the dust back here. Down here looks pretty good. The bottom part, except right in here, looks pretty dust free. So here's a 24 pin here. It actually had an IDE, so you can run IDE. 4 pin here. Here's a connector for the CPU fan, and this is a case fan, because the case fan. Oh, there's a case fan here too. But yeah, all it says is 8-channel audio right here. And then PCIe 2.0 x 6 gigabit LAN. Oh, right here. Here's the. So it was a P7H55. Okay, so yeah, it's a nice board, you know. Here is the heatsink of the video card. Not that really bad. I have seen way worse. On average, this is probably halfway decent for the cards I get. Here is the back of the fan for the video card. It looks like most of the dust is here, like all this here. Right, now here is like the first after picture. So here's the heatsink all cleaned up. Here's my screwdriver, so I put new thermal paste on it. It required a 6-pin. Here is the back of the fan, nice and clean. And there's a video card back together. Like, it's amazingly different. Like, the befores and afters on this is just awesome. Right, here is a Intel heatsink. Look, you can actually tell it's a heatsink now. It actually had a copper slug in the middle, so it was one of the better heatsinks. So yeah, you can actually see the heatsink now. Okay, and here is the fan back on the heatsink, all nice and clean. Okay, here's the board, cleaned up, looking good. Yeah, this is what I did. You know, I'd buy the computer and clean it. And here is it now, completely back together, and it still has all the original amount of RAM. Only thing, I don't remember what these two other sticks were. Were they 8 gigs? I don't remember. I know these are. I've seen the picture, it says 8 gigs. But this is done. Like, it's fully back together. I don't remember the hard drive size, but I mounted down here instead of way up here. Because it didn't have the sleds here. And this was just way up here. So I put it back down here. Did cable, did the cable management. I actually ran it had an 4+4, so I just ran it up along here. A lot of companies, pre-built companies do this, used to do this all the time when this cable isn't super long, or you can't run it behind the board and up here. So I just ran it this way and up through here to the board. You can see, all this is clean. And what I do with these fans is I wrap them so you can see the cord right here comes up, and since this got a little lip here, it comes around and then comes this way and probably comes out right here. And then so the wire for the fan comes out here, and it just wraps around, hooks in here, and then goes to here. Gives you a clean look. You just see this part here. Sometimes it would actually be long enough to come out right here, so then you just have that cable. It's not the 100% best cable management. Obviously, I could have used tons of zip ties and zip tied this, not have this one wire down here. It has 3 SATA cables, obviously, for the DVD-ROM. The 2 DVD-ROMs and the hard drive. This is when this was done, SSDs were high, so I didn't really have a lot of SSD. There's no need to really put it in. And then here is a short video of the system actually being, you know, it's done, it's ready to go. There you can see the front. That was a really short video. I think that just for purposes of Facebook. And then here's a really terrible shot of it, because of the lighting coming in. But yeah, now you can see I took out the extra RAM and just left the 4 gigs in here. I don't remember what this card was. Like, so I was going to, maybe I was going to sell it like this with a different video card in it, but then I didn't. I think I saw. So here is a total picture of the case. You can see what I meant, how the front sticks out and then goes back in and comes out. Here's the 2 DVD ROMs. It has, you know, USB 2.0. It has 2 of them, audio and mic. And then this was an eSATA, and then the reset button, the power button, and then I think that's the light here. Then the side panel had a big panel, you know, holes in here so you could put fans in here. So yeah, that's cleaned up really nice. And here is the front of it. And then that's the end of that pictures. So it turned out pretty good. I still don't know if I just put this card in it to test it, because that other card was kind of slow. But I didn't end up selling it like this. I didn't end up selling like this. I say that because the only thing, when I was re-looking it up to kind of see what specs it was, you know, because I went to Facebook because I remembered I posted it. So here is the ad right here. I put it down as old gaming computer, listed 3 years ago. So I ended up putting it in a different case, and you can see here. At the time, 3 years ago, this system that I ended up putting in here. So what I ended up doing was I ended up upgrading the CPU to an i7 860. So it had 4 cores, 8 threads. Then I put the clock speeds. So it had a Kevlar blue 1 terabyte hard drive to begin with it, and then I just stuck with the 2 4 gig sticks of RAM. And then here's the motherboard. And then I changed the video card out to a XFX Radeon HD 6870. You see up here what I put. It's like, with this video card, 1080p, low, settings around 60 FPS. So Fortnite was able to run on this system at 60 FPS. I don't think this system would do it now. Windows 10 Home. I put name of case unknown. I put a 120 fan with red LEDs in the front, the front of the case. So it has a blue LED fan in the front. So you just go to the next picture. Here's the front of the case. That, you know, this is just the motherboard. I believe the power supply is different too. No, maybe not. I didn't even write the power supply on here. So yeah, this is the same power supply. Okay, so it's the same power supply. I replaced the cooler. I replaced the back fan too. No, because this is a different case. So yeah, that other case came with a different fan. Okay, so it's got a Thermaltake fan, but that wasn't original to the case. And you can see here, here's a motherboard. Windows 7 ready. It says the same thing again. And then here's the 6870. Okay, and then there's back to the front picture again. So the befores and after this system. Originally, you know, let's get to the original. Okay, yes, just close this. Just put this one back up. So originally, it looked like this, and then the time I was done, it looked like this. And then when I actually finally went to post it, only thing that's the same is the motherboard, RAM, and the hard drive. So it went from before, which is went from this to this, and then when I finally went to sell it, went to this. So yeah, it's a pretty fun build. It turned out good. Like I said, that video card was pretty bad. I think obviously I used that other case for some other system, which I don't know. I guess I'll have to look and see what I actually done with that case. Yeah, it's sold. I had it listed for $100. It's sold. Actually sold within like a couple days, I believe. But yeah, as you can see, if this video, if people, like this kind of stuff, I'll go back through my, I'll go back through my pictures and stuff and explain exactly what systems they were, show the before and afters. I moved over to other systems, I believe. This has before and after pictures. So this, and I think maybe I have 2 more, but I can go through all my pictures to see what I have. But if people like this, I'll show it. Like, its system, like, it's a totally different, obviously it's a different system now because it's in a different case, but even beforehand, just from, the before is like, here's the after. Then you look at the before, like, this is the before, like, this is pretty dusty. So it was a huge improvement on this. Just even the cable management, look at this. Like, it isn't perfect, but they go through here, come out here. This is all, just makes that system just look, even that it is no longer dusty. Just this cable management helps the system out. Because, like, right here, all this stuff is just crammed out here. Even here's a SATA cable, just crammed out here. Yeah, there's a tie here. Everything was just crammed in here. Like, weird, right? Extra cable here, just this extra, 6-pin just sitting here. So going from this to this is just a huge improvement. So, like, this is basically how all my systems I did. I basically bought them. They look like something like this. And I got them looking like this, and I usually resell them as is, just like this after they're done. I guess they just decided to use this case for a different build. I don't remember what. I guess in another video, if I find the right pictures, I'll post another video, especially if people, if they like the videos like this where I'm just showing old pictures before and afters, and then just talking over as I show the pictures, trying to explain it. So this went from an i5, like a first gen i5 to a first gen i7, and then obviously the RAM got downgraded because this probably had 12. It could have had even just 10 gigs, because these could be 2 gig sticks, could be 1 gig sticks. Could be 8 gig sticks. Maybe it originally had 16. I don't think it had 16. I think these were 4 gigs. I think these were just in total 8. So these are 4. I think so. That would be 16. So I think it had 16 in it. Or maybe these just were 2 gigs. I'm not for sure. 2 gigs and 2 gigs. That'd be 4 plus that, so 12. I don't remember. That's terrible, right? I don't remember what these two were. But yeah, so then it went from this to this, basically. Yes, show the interior. So yeah, it went from this setup to this final, because I changed the case out to, pretty nice, I guess. But yeah, that's I guess that's the end of this video. That's basically pictures of before and after. Yeah, there's a short video in this too of when I took it, but I think that video was just posted for Facebook, because they always do that advertisement, like if you post a if you post a video, you'll enter in a contest. Like, I have probably, I don't know, 300 listings, and probably at least 100 of them might have had a video with them, just because they said if you add a picture, if you add a video to this listing, you will be entered in a contest to win some money. Never won any money. I don't know if them were real or what, but hey, if you did win some money from posting an ad on Facebook because you put a video on it, let me put that in the description. And if you like this kind of video, which I don't know how long this is, but if you like this kind of video, leave that in the description. Say, hey, yeah, I'd like to see more of these videos, you know, like, because this system here I did in 2019. 2019, you know, like, that's a decent amount of time ago. 4 years ago. And I've been selling on Facebook before that, like, so if you like it, just leave that in the comments below. Like, hey, yeah, you know, I'd watch more of these videos before, because it's kind of cool seeing, you know, what a computer could look like and what it looks like afterwards. I don't know how to kind of word that, but yeah, thank you for watching. Yeah, subscribe, like the video. I guess I get in a habit of saying that. It helps a lot, I guess. You know, more people like and comment, more people would be able to see the videos. More people see the videos, it would encourage me to do more videos and try to work on them. I'm trying to do a little bit more. I'm adding a little bit more to the videos. Like, I, you know, add a little better thumbnails to, and I got a little thing at the end of the videos I put now. I still don't see him putting a lot of need to do it, because it puts a lot of time in the computer and doing these videos, I guess. But I really like people seeing what it looks like, you know, and get into this hobby of doing it. Just buying computers and cleaning them up. And if you just give them away, it's like, you know, this is what it looked like. This is how it ran when I got it. Now look at it. Look how clean it is now and how it runs now. But this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I said that like every time in every video. I say thank you for watching. Then I do like 3 or 4 more minutes afterwards. But this is the end of the video. Thank you.